Hey, I'm Pastor Edward Harden. Got a minute? Welcome to the Better Cast as we continue our studies in the book of Hebrews. Yesterday, we found that if the model is based on the reality, then the reality cannot differ that much from the model. Thus, what Christ is doing for us as high priest doesn't differ that much from what the Old Testament priests were doing. He's just doing it better. The issue isn't so much the model. The issue is the covenants, as we're going to find in our text today. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 6. But the ministry Jesus has received is as superior to theirs, as the covenant of which he is the mediator is superior to the old one. Here it is. It is founded on better promises. For if there had been nothing wrong with the first covenant, no place would have been sought for another. The issue is the covenant and specifically the promises. But we learned earlier that God cannot lie. And so the problem with the promises cannot be with God. Notice this next verse. But God found fault with the people and said, the time is coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their forefathers when I took them by the hand and led them out of Egypt. Here it is. Because they did not remain faithful to my covenant, and I turned away from them, declares the Lord. Man, the issue was with the promises, not the promises of God, but the promises of the people. If you remember, as soon as God introduced what he was going to do in his law, they said all that the Lord has said we will do. And man, not minutes later, it seemed like they were already worshiping a golden calf. So notice God had some issues with them because of bad promises that they entered into. But God says, I'm going to make a new covenant based on new promises. Man, check us out tomorrow and we will see what those new promises look like. God bless you.